Hi guys, this is Emilia Augello and this is How To with the Leonardo da Vinci Center. Today we're making grilled cheese and tomato soup.
So here I'm slicing off the end of the shallot and then I'm going to half it and remove the skin. Then you're going to see me slicing it. I don't want thin slices, just about ½ inch thick, and then we're going to set that aside until further use. Here we're going to thinly slice our garlic, same thing, pretty thin slices, and set it aside. Quickly slice the end off of the tomato and then we're going to quarter it and cut it into 8 pieces and set it aside. Then we're picking some fresh basil here to put into our soup. So here we're adding some extra virgin olive oil into a pan that I started heating on medium-high heat. The first thing we're adding in is our shallots and giving it a stir. We're going to cook it for about 2 minutes. Now we're adding in the sliced garlic and just cook for a minute till about fragrant. After cooking the garlic for 1 minute, we're adding in our cubed tomatoes and letting that cook for another 2.5 minutes. After cooking our tomatoes, I'm adding in some tomato paste and we need to cook it for about 3 more minutes to get out the metallic flavor. And now we're going to add in 1 jar of tomato puree, also known as tomato passata. And this is a really great brand called Muti. This is my favorite. Next, I'm adding a huge handful of fresh basil and another dash of olive oil. This is some Worcestershire sauce. Give it a mix. And then we're going to add in some Tabasco, about 5 or 6 shots of Tabasco. Here I'm adding in about 1 teaspoon of white pepper, but black pepper is okay too. Add a sprinkle of salt if you feel it needs. Give it a good stir. At this point, I also added a tiny bit of water. Tasting our food is super important, so I gave it a taste and still felt like it needed a little bit of white pepper, so I added a touch more. So I turned off my heat and now I'm going to blitz it up with a hand or immersion blender. You can also put it in a normal blender and blitz it up for about a minute or 2 till it's completely pureed. We don't want any more chunks. Here I'm adding 35% whipping cream, about ½ cup. It'll give some creaminess. The next step is spreading good old-fashioned margarine on 2 pieces of regular white toast. Here I'm using 2 pieces of brioche bread. Here I'm adding some olive oil into my medium heat pan, but you can also add butter. I'm laying a piece of my bread flat down, and in the center I'm adding a mix of cheddar, mozzarella, and Havarti cheese. I also like to add a dash of white pepper, but this is completely optional. So now I'm adding the top of the bread and I'm going to let it cook for about 2 minutes until it's crispy, golden, and delicious. Here I press down with a spatula and slowly lift it to see if the color is coming along. When you feel it's ready, give it a little flip and we're going to see this beautiful, crispy, golden brown color. Here I'm going to cook it another 2 to 3 minutes on this side. We want the cheese to melt completely. And I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to the pan. I found it to be a bit dry.